work.
You owe me royalties every time you use it.
Every time we use a song on,
Right, we're gonna owe him a lot.
so it doesn't matter whose song it is, or even without permission.
Well, like if we get permission, we can use it. Yeah.
With what?
His band's music. Are we allowed to use it or not?
No.
Even if like he gives us.
I own royalties, bro.
Yeah, you don't get it. He literally. Yeah, you'd have to. I'm
Oh,
telling you, you'd have to like own his rights.
So would we have to like buy the song to actually like have it?
And how would you? How would they?
What if you made us a song? What if you made us a song, Xander?
Yeah,
But
because
how would
doesn't
he-
drop
what's it
it, then
called?
it's ours basically.
But how would we? Like even if he did drop it, you can buy the song from him. But how would you like put that in to like YouTube and stuff?
Well, he would just have to send me the file, and I'd have to edit the video and put it in there.
No, but like if that's weird.
Do you have
just
any,
wouldn't
wait,
be able
do you
to.
have any unreleased songs?
Yeah.
See, we could do that because that's technically not.
They have a lot
Publish
of
it.
unreleased songs.
Do you have any just like I mean you guys could just
Bro,
pay him
yo,
$5
next
to
time-
make you a theme song.
Yo, I want to see you sing on one
Sing?
or like whatever. Go
He
crazy.
plays drums and.
Do you
think he
do you not
sings a
you
little
don't
bit.
sing on the album,
Play drums.
dude? Come on, I want to see one.
On what?
But Xander
Like-
can sing. That's the thing.
I know,
Xander
that's
can
what you should
easily
do.
sing, and he sings pretty well every time I've heard him.
Yeah, well, I'm not singing on the podcast.
No,
What if you just-
you don't have to.
Just sing for us. Like just sing for us. We'll give you like a rating while we're sitting here.
I'm good. I'm good.
no, but-
Please, karaoke.
No.
Karaoke.
No, but
That's
what
a
I'm
shout.
saying is,
Dude,
he should next album. I want to see one song where it just says at the bottom, Xander. I think you say it Tesseré, right?
Tesserary.
Tesserary.
Tesserary, whatever.
The
Xander
Xander Bear. Can it be like
The
the Xander
Xander
Bear
Bear.
song?
Featuring the Xander Band?
Yeah.
Xander Bear
Yes.
song.
You should do, bro.
No,
You
if you rap on it, it's gotta be featuring Xander Bear.
I've sung in like 3 songs, I think.
No, but like we
Yeah,
want
I
to hear
haven't
you
heard
as
it.
like the main singer of the
yeah,
song.
you got to be the lead.
Yeah.
I think that'd be sick. I don't know.
I might do some screams on my vocal.
Screams.
Yo,
Yeah, that'd go fire.
would you ever think about making like a pop punk song, like just like kind of like MGK?
That's what like my one band is like.
Yeah, but I feel like you're more like screamo, right?
For Apolloneer, but my Few Faces band is more like.
I didn't even know you had.
That's
two
what I
bands.
was just playing.
Oh, a few faces.
Yeah, that was Few Faces.
Ah, okay. That's kind of fire. Yeah, dude. You should do a song like that, like just you by yourself.
A pop-
You should be like
MGK.
You should be like One Direction. You know how they broke off. and
Harry
they done-
Styles.
Bro, he could
You should be the
Xander.
Harry Styles of Few Faces.
Yeah, bro. That's exactly.
That'd go crazy.
That's exactly. what
And then
I'm doing.
randomly, like lyrics stop, and you just boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
see,
boom,
he understands.
and you
bro.
just start just ripping it on the drums.
That's fire. That would honestly be sick.
That might be a shout.
Yeah.
I truly think so.
I think it would be pretty cool.
All right. I guess we'll introduce our guest. What's going on, guys? Out of the Park podcast. Listen, people scream at me. I don't like to do intros, but people are already glazing me and stuff about doing intros. So I got to say, what's going on, guys? Out of the Park podcast featuring.
Hi, Ethan.
R.A.
Yeah,
Squeaks.
What's your
His
last
name's
name?
R.A.
Carl.
Squeaks.
Ethan Carl?
Yeah.
All right, featuring Ethan Carl. You're all right with that being out there?
Not my last name.
Well, you're not.
No,
What does
We're
it
gonna
matter?
look you up. We're gonna tag you and stuff.
Yeah, you're
you don't. Nah, you don't need to tag me or nothing.
Oh, we're
I
tagging.
don't want to be tagged. To be honest, I'm more or less just on here for kicks and gigs.
Well, his last name's not Carl, guys.
They couldn't spell it anyways.
You actually
It's
spell it.
different. All right.
You actually spell it so it's CURLLXXX, and then you follow it up with an ampersand. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
but that's the blessing of both having a Hebrew and Welsh last name. That
Yeah.
it sounds like a normal name, but it's spelled completely opposite.
You ever been like to your
To
home?
Wales?
Yeah.
To Wales?
You ever been?
No,
Nah.
no. The only places I've been out of the country. I mean, I don't even. Is Bahamas out of the country?
I actually don't ask me. I'm terrible at that stuff.
Yeah, dude. This is the kid that thought American Airlines was a continent.
Yo, listen, I was like,
American Airlines is.
It
a
literally
great-
says it in the freaking name.
It is
Airlines.
a great state. It's
Yeah.
a great state.
What was the
just
other one?
outside of the District
Don't
of
you think there's like
Columbia.
52 states or something like that?
well, no, because
You're
my
used
argument
to?
was Mexico and Puerto Rico.
Wait, why Mexico?
Because it's connected to the United States.
But you thought it was a state?
Back then, yeah.
When
Yeah, he
was
thought
back,
there was
wait,
50
no. I need to know how
Senior
long
year?
was back
Senior
then.
year.
So
You
that was
were
like 2
18?
years
So
ago.
listen, I was trying to. No. This wasn't senior. This was junior year. 'Cause
All
it was
right,
COVID.
so you were
17,
16,
18,
17,
yeah,
maybe
something like
18?
that.
No, so this was my argument. So back then, I was trying to find ways to like understand because I was so bad at school. Like I'm gonna be totally honest, I was just terrible at school. And I was trying to
Clearly.
find ways to understand how Puerto Rico and Mexico are not states. Just like I know Puerto Rico is like technically a U.S., but it's like a territory. Why is that? You know, I feel like that should be a state. People talk about it all the time.
They
It's
don't
like
want to be a
Pluto,
state.
You know what I'm saying? How Pluto's not a planet, but it actually is.
I thought they didn't want to be a state.
Pluto was a planet and it continued to shrink, so that's where it became a dwarf planet. So it's not a planet, it's just classed now as a dwarf. It's just in our solar system.
Well,
But
Pluto's
the fact
still
that
my favorite.
The Mexico one is the kicker. I can understand Puerto Rico, District of Columbia, shout out. But like territories and stuff are very weird, so I can understand that. But Mexico is like a full-fledged like country, like own government,
what was
everything.
it? No, maybe it was New Mexico.
New
That
Mexico is a state.
I don't know.
Then it was Mexico.
There was something where you said there was 52
No,
states or
it
some
was
shit.
52, 'cause those
And then we were
52.
naming, and then you were naming the continents. Well, the continent is what got me is when you said American Airlines. That definitely got me.
I don't even remember that.
I remember the one day we were talking about this, and you just said like you said about the Puerto Rico and Mexico, and then you
Josh,
go
what
American
is-
Airlines.
Josh, what's your take on Oceania?
What?
Oceania? So you know how Australia was considered like a continent?
Yeah.
So like everything surrounding Australia, since Australia was a country, they came out with Oceania as the name of the continent.
What would that continent be?
So the continent would like encompass like New Zealand, Australia, and like the various islands surrounding in the South Pacific.
So it's basically like my Mexico.
It's like your
island.
American Airlines,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. Wow.
Like that's
American
the new
Airlines.
that's the new
Oh,
shout.
Wow. I
American
didn't hear
Airlines,
of
other than
Oceania.
one flies planes and one's like a continent.
Dude, nah. I was just like, I don't even know.
I don't know. That day was amazing because of the stuff you said about just there was various topics we talked about, but
What
that's the one.
class was it though?
It was just everyone. I'm pretty sure it was at like lunch or something, and you just said we were talking about everything. You go, yeah, American Airlines, and I'm like, dude, there's no way you just said this.
The lunch out goes crazy. My middle school threw out like I don't even know how or when it started. It was like 7th grade. Me and my buddies, like, this is the only time that I've ever had like any sort of classes with them since 3rd grade. 3rd grade, I was with like my best friend Sebastian and a couple of my other best friends like Rishi, Matt, great guys, love them. But we actually had like lunch together, which was different than every other year. So we're all sitting at this table. We have 6 guys sitting at the table, and randomly, instead of like chatting, talking about girls, because we were 7th graders and complete and utter nerds, even though I played baseball, what we would do in CAF is we would just come up with like short stories and pretty much play out like a this sounds weird,
Role
play stories, but like, and then we just had like a continual thing of how like in every story that we made up and stuff, somebody would end up with a rolled ankle. And I don't know where I'm going with this. It's more or less just talking about lunchtime in
Yeah.
school.
Rolled ankle.
Our lunch,
Rolled ankle. It was
That's-
just somebody would trip and roll their ankle. Somebody would trip, roll their ankle, fall into somebody. It made no sense, but it was just fun little story times that we would do. And my buddy Matt, who's now he's up at Purchase College doing theater stuff, is by far the funniest human being I've ever met.
Yeah, and he's
Wow.
doing what you guys were doing at the lunch table.
Pretty
Theater
much.
Stuff, yeah.
Pretty much.
That's pretty cool.
He's been writing a couple plays, and then he actually just starred in one of their productions on campus.
Dang.
So that's pretty much a shout. Where
Yeah.
I'm sitting here filming a podcast with a teammate and a dude I hardly know. I think this is the 4th time I've actually talked to you, Tyler.
Maybe even like 2nd or 3rd.
dude, your lunch stories are crazy.
They're crazy, right?
No,
What we did, well, at our high school, like they found joy in like
Well,
high school by throwing like milks at the lunch lady.
nah. Middle school was every Monday. We'd come in and talk. We would just talk so much crap about the Steelers, Eagles. We would just go
Yeah,
at
we
it.
talk sports on
Because everyone
Mondays.
was like, yeah, after like Sunday, bro, they're like, yo, the Steelers suck, like they lost to the Ravens or whatever, like, and all the Steelers and Eagles fans would just clash at lunch in middle school. And then after that, bro, high school I went to lunch maybe. I mean, well, we had open campus, so I went to lunch maybe like one or 2 years out of my high school. So like I
Yeah,
didn't
but the
really-
years we were there was crazy. Like they'd throw like whole
Oh, yeah,
apples
yeah.
at like the lunch ladies.
What?
dude, there's
Milks.
God,
we
no.
actually
No.
we actually had a point where one of these times one of the guys was like launching like grapes or something, and he hit the wrong table, and like this started this whole war because the girls got up and like told the principal,
This, no,
but
I
they
didn't
were
even know about that.
angry.
See,
It was one of the days I had. It was after we had baseball at
Bro,
lunch. We had
you
baseball
remember-
practice before
Do
lunch.
you remember when that one kid? I'll tell you who it is after the pod. He had a full-on milk. This little, I'm telling, we're probably in 10th grade. It's probably like this freshman. I don't know her name or anything. She's just sitting at the table and he picks up this full milk, like full little. Like, I'm laughing, but it's so messed up to laugh about. He chucks it across the
Oh my
room.
gosh.
It drills her right in the side of the head. She's just eating. She's just eating lunch.
No, they were reckless.
She's just
your
eating
high
a-
school is
Dude,
I
there was
swear- no, listen. She's just eating lunch, and all of a sudden, a full milk hits her right in the temple, and she gets like, dude, it was.
what?
Listen, I should laugh about it, but it's the way he did it. He was like, he just was sitting there and just stood up and.
All right, so that from
Like-
my high school, we sort of just outside of like every like other day, we would make jokes. We would talk about football the same,
Yeah.
and then like 2 days stand out to me. Do you guys remember like the cinnamon challenge and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So my buddy would
What?
every day he would pull out yogurt and then he would just have a thing of cinnamon. So randomly just started talking to him about why he always just brings the thing of cinnamon, and I don't remember who it was, but just goes, you should do the cinnamon challenge. So we're all gathered around the table. Our friends at other tables are now swarming us, and this kid just spoonful of cinnamon into his mouth, starts coughing, dying, and I still remember it's just a cloud of
Yeah,
cinnamon
that's how
spraying into one of my friend's eyes, who then starts screaming. So we
Nah.
have the lunch aides coming over, checking on us, yelling at us what to do. And then, so that wasn't like super exhilarating, but then I kid you not, 2 days later, a fight breaks out. These two girls are going at it on the other side of the gym
Oh man.
or other side of the cafeteria, come around the corner, and he was not like the like head of the school, but he was like third in line. He
Yeah.
goes in to break up the fight and just gets mollywopped upside the head and
Jeez.
Oh,
like goes down, stumbles into a couple other students as these girls are still fighting. And by far the coolest high school fight I've ever seen.
bro, it was high school fights were crazy. They were like,
We never had teachers getting hit, but like there was like one time I was at breakfast. Now you have to keep in mind this is like 7:30 in the morning. This one kid came in firing at some kid, and they're just fighting. I'm like, dude, what could you possibly be fighting about? It's 7:30 in the morning. Like you have that much energy, just go box each other. Like go somewhere else. But there was also a big thing where like everyone liked to slap box in the bathrooms.
bro.
That always got
The bathroom fights went hard.
yeah, dude. There's
this
always
was-
people getting.
It was just
thrown.
this one specific bathroom, and it was like one of the smaller bathrooms in the school.
Yeah.
But we would have like they would fit like 25 plus guys into this bathroom, and two guys would go at it. And one day it was this big football D lineman, and his
man.
I don't think it was like his friend, but they were in elementary school because I knew him growing up, and he was like half the size, still the same width, and they just start swinging on each other, pushing each other around. And what ends up breaking is both the soap dispenser, the towel rack, and then the door of the stall in there is down. And for the next 2 months, that entire bathroom was out of commission. And when you'd go in there, the only thing you could do is pee, because washing your hands was out of the question without soap and everything. And then my freshman year of high school came in one day. So we had like 2 different campuses. One was Orange, where like you couldn't go anywhere without seeing a security guard or like
So
a
it's
hall
like, it's
aide.
like jail.
Yeah, pretty much, but
Yeah.
it didn't look like jail,
Yeah.
where the other one was actually designed to be a prison,
Yeah.
but they had nobody around except for like one aide on each floor. And I walk into the bathroom after the first period, and the first sink is just missing in the line.
Bro, that happened
At-
at ours.
At 8 in, there's a missing sink, and nobody has any idea where it went.
Wow.
And it was there. I'm pretty sure it was there the day before, because I remember using the bathroom and there was a sink, and now there wasn't. I don't
This
know.
one kid like sat on the sink and it just completely collapsed.
Yeah,
Remember
it's
that?
right out of the wall.
Yeah.
That was Cruz, or not Cruz? Was it Cruz? No, it was at the baseball house for our freshman year. In the basement there was like a laundry sink that was in our basement, and we were
Like in
playing
in the very bottom of the house.
in the very bottom of the house,
Oh, wow.
and we were kicking back, chilling, playing some games, and one of our teammates, Remy, just starts sitting on the sink. And Dylan, who was our catcher, catcher freshman year, was like, "Don't sit on that. Don't sit on it." He lives in the house, telling Remy not to sit on it. Remy falls back into the sink, breaks the sink, and 0 to 60, Dylan starts screaming at everybody in the entire house, "Get the upstairs! Get upstairs! Get out of my house! Nobody's allowed to be here!" And gets up in Remy's face, and like he's a and like Dylan was normally a calm guy, like very laid back, like would like get annoyed, but like would never like actually yell. First time, face full red, like furrowed eyebrows, raging, screaming in my man's face, and he's not there. He's just not there after hanging out for so long, and it was kind of terrifying, but kind of nice because I was able to just go home with my teammates and a couple of girls, so it's pretty calm.
Did you grow up in Pennsylvania?
Yeah. So I was born in Nebraska, and then I moved out here
Holy shit.
when I was going into first grade because of my parents' work and everything. So pretty much I grew up out here.
Yeah.
Like Nebraska, I didn't live out there much. I sort of just got lost in the cornfields.
Have you been like back to Nebraska at all? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
My mom's family still lives out there.
So you visit it
Oh, that's just
quite
like me.
often or no?
After COVID, like we've been back a couple of times, and before we would go about 2 to 3 times a year. But actually getting out there is a trek because my dad refuses to fly. He doesn't like American Airlines.
Yeah.
So we would
Content's
drive the
pretty
22
crappy.
we would drive the 22 hours out there,
Ugh.
chill for a week, and then drive back, and within that week I would see roughly 80 relatives.
Wow, that's
like-
crazy.
I have 89 cousins, 30ish second cousins, and then I think we're up to like 20 to 30
Do your parents have a lot of
30
siblings?
cousins. My mom is a child of 9.
Yeah, that's where it comes
My dad has 2 sisters, and then
So do you like the like? I mean, obviously you haven't lived in Nebraska that much, but like, which state do you like better?
PA.
Really?
I love
I like PA because I grew up in suburbia outside of a city. So if I wanted to like speed up my life and like actually have a lot of hectic stuff going on, I could if I wanted to go into the city, and then I would go back to the suburbs, which I thought was really calm, but I could still do a lot of stuff. Like there wasn't a weekend where me and my buddies weren't going out and doing something. So, but when you're in Nebraska, there's not much you can do. And where I lived and where I would have lived was just slow and quiet. It didn't develop until about like 5 years ago. So I like being out here, even though like now I'm up in Northeast PA and it's middle of nowhere. So it's pretty much like being back in Nebraska, but a little different.
Yeah,
'Cause
well, I've never heard of like anything ever happening in Nebraska.
outside,
Like outside of like the college in Nebraska, I don't hear anything about this state.
yeah, it's pretty much
Like,
university. It's University of Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, the volleyball team. They actually had a match on the football field because it would have more viewers than the actual football games,
Wow.
which was
Dang,
pretty
That'd
crazy.
be kind of fire playing volleyball outside like that.
Yeah, it was the women's team because apparently they're pretty electric, and one of my cousins actually was trying to make the team but ended up not.
Wow.
They weren't good enough, and then they didn't go to college.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I didn't even know Nebraska was like that. I never really, so I don't really pay attention to college sports. I'm more of like professional sports. So, I mean, I don't really pay attention. So, when I look at it, I'm just like, dang. Because some of these colleges are on the come up right now, like TCU making it to the, what's it called?
Baseball?
No, I'm talking about football now.
No idea.
I don't know.
TCU. Max Duggan. They
Um,
made it to the Rose, whatever it is.
Right.
See, I don't. See, you don't
The
even.
bowl
The
games?
bowl games aren't even going yet.
No,
So I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
was-
about last season. Georgia beat them like 56
yeah, in
to 7.
in college football,
Yeah,
the playoffs.
Whatever. I don't even.
I honestly thought you were talking about this year. I was like, honestly, I
No.
don't really know.
That-
No, I'm
Yeah,
talking
they
about
got
last year.
blown out.
Yeah, they got blown
They got
out.
absolutely. I mean,
But
they
it
were
was
what? They were
shocking.
undefeated or something, and then they just got destroyed by
Yeah,
Georgia.
But because it was shocking that TCU was like, because I remember they
There.
beat someone that they should have lost to, and then they.
Yeah, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't pay attention enough, but I just know players.
I
and
don't watch.
stuff.
I really don't watch any college sports. Like
I
you'll,
don't either.
I pay attention like sometimes like college like football and like Penn State, and then like I'll watch some college basketball during March Madness and then baseball, but you'll never like. I don't know any of the players. I don't know much about any of the teams. Nothing.
college football is nice if you're like betting if you have like a team, because the teams that are like supposed to win will typically win, and so like you can predict the games pretty well, and then they like games that you know will be close and will be an actual good show
Yeah.
are good to watch.
Did you see Baker's gonna be on Saturday, doing the picks with Pat McAfee and stuff?
Really?
You know how like The Rock was just on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baker's gonna be on this for like this Oklahoma Sooners or whatever. I'm a big Baker stan, so
Gotcha.
yeah,
Really?
it's cool to see him come back and have a season he's having. Right
Yeah.
now. He's dominating right now at the Buccaneers. He looks good.
Going back to what Ethan just said, I honestly think that there's sometimes like big upsets though in college football. Like Alabama just lost the other week. Like usually they're supposed to be the best team in the NCAA. They lose like once or twice every year. So like I feel like I don't know. I feel like for me it's harder to predict who's gonna win a college sport than like a pro sport.
Yeah, but pro sports are so scripted. Like you look, like looking at
You think there's a script too?
100%.
I think there is too.
I was watching.
Football especially.
It was
Basketball
the
and baseball.
Chiefs.
I don't think you can really script a baseball or basketball
Nah,
game.
or even hockey. I don't think. I guess you could script hockey if you really.
Hockey, I
the
But there's
legal,
no
the
point.
legal like description of what NFL is does allow for scripted games to occur. I forget what exactly like clause or what they're called exactly, so that they can do it, because it's more of an entertainment industry than an
Yeah.
actual sports industry.
That's why they're doing
But
this
that's
whole
where-
Taylor Swift thing right now.
Yeah,
It's just
and
for views.
my favorite and why I stand by it is the Chiefs Jets game, is because everybody knows, because it was when Patrick Mahomes slid 2 yards from the touchdown, and they were already up by 3. If they went in, they technically would have covered the spread for Vegas, but he slid 2 yards when it wouldn't have mattered because there was like 40 seconds on the clock. Could have gotten the touchdown. No way in heck that the
no.
Jets are coming back after that.
There's
The
some
Jets,
miracle though.
Zach Wilson and the Jets.
But there's
actually had a good
sometimes
game, but-
miracles.
There's sometimes a miracle, but I have no faith in Zach Wilson.
Wow.
Their
No.
defense I like. Zach Wilson himself, he might as well
I don't think
hang up the cleats.
I don't think he's as bad as
I like
you're
Zach
saying right now.
Wilson. I
like
really
I'm not
do.
saying he's no Patrick Mahomes, but like I don't think he's like the worst quarterback in the NFL.
I would put him I'd put him bottom 10. Easy.
Oh yeah, I think bottom 10.
Wow.
But if you're in the bottom 10
Wait,
of
what fan are
quarterbacks, you'll get
you?
replaced. in
He
2
likes the
years.
Cowboys.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Are you actually? Oh,
So and I only say this, and I only like rate other quarterbacks because I truly believe Dak Prescott is the number one. No, he's like the most mid QB there can ever be.
You think
He has a
so?
good offense, a good defense, and somehow we can only win the first round of playoffs.
So how do you feel about Jalen Hurts? I'm
I-
an Eagles fan.
I hate Jalen Hurts. he's a great QB, great athlete,
Yeah.
but I'm like, and I would always have this argument with my like best friend because he's a diehard Eagles fan, and
Yeah.
I pretty much really started to be a Cowboys fan because I was always a Cowboys Patriots fan when I moved out here.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, everybody hates the Cowboys, might as well be a Cowboys fan now
Yeah.
to just fuel, like to just
Yeah,
make
fuel
people
the
mad.
fire. I know what you mean.
And Jalen Hurts, I like athletic. I think he could be a great. I also think he could be washed in like a year.
I don't think he can be washed. They have like I don't like the Eagles necessarily, but I think that they have such like a good offense. Like unless they have to sign people. Like I don't know how their contracts are with their wide receivers and tight ends and running backs, but like he
I
has
think-
the offense around him. The defense is there too. So it's like within the next 2 years they should have a Super Bowl if everything goes as planned. But again, I just think Patrick Mahomes is better. I think he's by far the best quarterback in the NFL.
Mahomes?
Yeah.
Ugh,
I know you don't like
man.
Mahomes, but like everything's there to
Well,
say
listen,
that he's better than every other
but I will
quarterback.
say this. So you were probably a big Carson Wentz hater too, right?
Yeah.
I didn't mind him.
Listen, I'll tell you this right now.
I think he's a pretty good
absolutely
quarterback.
hated Carson Wentz. And I'm an Eagles fan. So
Why?
the year we drafted him, the year golf went well, I wanted golf really bad. And I didn't want any North Dakota State, whatever. I didn't want him. And I was so mad. I didn't even want to be an Eagles fan anymore.
Well,
I didn't. That's how mad I hated him.
That's
And
a
so-
bit of extreme.
I know, and it was so. I called it. So of course he had that MVP season. We won the Super Bowl, whatever. I still didn't like him. I was like once he tore his ACL, I was like, we got to get rid of him now while he has super high trade value. And I knew exactly what was going to happen. He came back and he started deteriorating. It's just like Dak right now because he got that Achilles or whatever, his whole ankle snapped. Now he's deteriorating. And it happens with all these quarterbacks that go through that, and I called it. So when we drafted Hurts, I was really hoping because he was a Oklahoma Sooner. If I was a fan, I'd be an Oklahoma fan just because
Gotcha.
I'm a Thunder fan for basketball. So, and I'm way more into, like, basketball is here than any other sports down here. Like, I'm diehard basketball.
Basketball's so like
I
basketball's boring.
If you grew up like I did, like that's all we watch. We used to be. I used to be a Sixers fan till like 2014, and then I actually was in class with a friend, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta watch Westbrook and Durant." And I was like, "Oh, all right, I will. I'll watch them." And I started like watching them, and I was like, "Oh man, I love these guys." So now Westbrook and Durant are like Durant kind of snaked us, but
Yeah, just a bit.
yeah.
Just a bit.
But back to so we drafted Hurts, and that season, the Packers game where he came in and like took over for Wentz. I mean, I was rejoicing. I was like praising God, and I think 2 games into his career, I have this. I'll literally show you after this pod. I said that Jalen Hurts has the chance to be two games after 2 games. I said Jalen Hurts has a chance to be a top 3 quarterback. He's gonna be better than Deshaun Watson. He's gonna be better than some
He's
of these
much
guys.
better than Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
And
if
that's what I'm
Watson
saying.
wouldn't have had
Deshaun
those-
Watson was.
If Watson didn't have
If he didn't have those cases,
the
I think he's
issues-
definitely one of the top ones.
That's what I'm saying.
But
That's why I said it at the
everything,
time.
I wanted Watson to be traded to the Cowboys. I thought
Yeah.
Watson.
I wanted Pittsburgh to sign Watson.
What sold me was when Watson got like kicked in the eye and still was able to like finish the game, play it out, and win.
No, he's a.
I was
stud.
like, I would totally take him over Prescott, sell Prescott, trade him away. I don't care what happens to him. Give me Deshaun Watson back then. But yeah, now I
feel like Watson could probably do better than Dak Prescott, though.
I think if Watson went to the Cowboys, it would just be another reason for America to hate the Cowboys. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's more of I don't want to be associated with.
I don't know why they
with
hate
a
him so
Watson
much.
stand.
I don't know why they hate him so much. I
Dude.
was at Steelers, Browns Monday night, and we're sitting down there, and he's like, from me to you, and he's signing all these players' stuff. Like, he's a really good. I mean, under all them allegations, you could see he was like just.
Were
really
any
nice
of them
guy.
proven true?
No, I don't think so.
I thought they were, and
Let's
that's why
see.
he was gone for so long. Because
I
like
don't know.
I thought it was like 22ish girls came
It was like
forward.
25.
Yeah, but I thought none of them
Yeah.
were proven.
I don't know. I mean, you can't do anything stupid as a pro athlete, and that was just stupid. It was a stupid
You can't
mistake. But
in
he made
general, and that's kind of what I.
It says Browns quarterback maintains innocence.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I. That's what kind of what I try with like being on the baseball team. I try to instill with Josh
Yeah.
and some of the new guys who've come in that like you sort of just have to be safe and
Uh-huh.
be smart in how you talk to people, what you're saying, because not only like one, you don't want to get yourself in trouble, but 2, making connections within life and like across the board. You never know if the guy sitting next to you in your English 101 class is going to be the next president, anything like
Yeah.
that. So you just want to be able to have like some sort of connection that you can have with all people and anybody around you so you can better your life, because life is about being better than everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah, I better people. I tell them the truth. It does get me in trouble a lot, but I tell them the truth at least.
Sometimes you get rewarded by saying some truthful things.
Sometimes they get angry when I say the truth.
Yes.
It's just like I feel like I'd rather be truthful than lie to them, but like and I mean you've seen me a lot with everyone. I'm going to tell them how I genuinely feel. I'm not going to necessarily sugarcoat it most of the times. Some of the times I will, but I'm going to be straight up.
But see, that's I like being blunt is good at times, but you have to be tactful.
No,
You
I
have
gotta
to
be
know
blunt
how
all
to.
the time.
You have to be able to know how to say certain things to people.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't just walk up to Tyler and just be like, "Bro, you stink." Like
Yeah.
throw deodorant on. I'd be like, "Hey, like, are you keeping up with your hygiene?" I would do some sort of way to like check in that he's all right, and then it'd be because you kind of smell, and I would like if you're gonna be seeing
Yeah.
people other than me, like I don't care. But like throw on deodorant. And
Yep.
just FYI, Tyler doesn't stink. This is an
I
example,
was gonna say,
hyperbole, jokes.
Nah, bro,
Yeah.
I straight up tell them.
You'd straight up tell him.
You have
you
to.
can straight up tell me. I'm usually good. at that
Anyone,
stuff,
like if
but
they
nah, there's
stink,
some
like you
people-
have to tell them that they stink. Like there's no other way to put it. Like I don't want to beat around the bush. Like I don't want to smell your stench.
Wow.
I just feel like I have to like
Wow.
say it. Like I'll say it to someone. Like I'll be like,
Josh
yo,
is the type of guy to walk up to like a mother who's like pushing her child
Yeah.
and go, "Ma'am, your baby's pretty ugly.
Yeah, I could see.
Like, can you
I don't.
pull the cover over?"
Okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna sound bad, but like I just don't see what all the hype is for like children when they're so young. like I'm not gonna like say anything, but like
What do you
I just don't
mean?
see like when they're young. Like I just don't see how everyone's like, oh, they're so cute. Like they're just a child.
I
like,
almost look at it as like a universal white lie. Like everybody has
Everybody's
the
gonna
same
say it.
understanding of like, all right, not all babies are cute, but like you say it because you don't want to be like disrespectful or anything.
It's just like with animals. Like you see a dog and someone's like, oh, you have a cute dog. What makes that dog cute? It's just an animal. Or like babies, it's just a
Okay.
baby. I don't understand it. I just
But then
that's just me
But
personally.
then once you say that about a girl,
they look. There's difference though because
yeah,
they
but
look
now-
hot.
But-
see, now you're playing yourself because
But like you can't. Oh, so you're telling me you're gonna say, "Oh, baby's cute,"
no,
and you have like attraction to them, no?
Whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa!
Exactly. if I'm calling a girl cute, I would have some sort of attraction to them.
I
But if
know,
I'm
you
calling,
gotta
I'm
figure
never
it
gonna
out.
call a baby cute because they're just not that interested. Like they're not that.
Bro, this is the weirdest.
Now,
conversation we've ever had on
see,
here.
this is why. See, this is why I don't want Deshaun Watson in
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah,
I want Trevor Bauer in Philly.
Yeah, I do
Really?
too.
Oh yeah,
I
dude.
do too.
The guy's literally posted a video this week
I saw
proving
that
his
video.
innocence, as he's
Oh,
already been
yeah.
innocent, and adding his hype to Philly, like how the Philly sports fans are. I think he would be a perfect fit.
No,
If
would
he
be
came
a
to
stud.
Philly, it'd be devastating.
Why are you?
The city. No, I'm a Yanks fan.
Dude,
Oh.
Ethan
Everybody-
literally likes
everybody
every
hates me.
team
I
that
like
everyone
Aaron
hates.
Judge. I like Aaron Judge.
That's the only player they have,
Everybody
really.
hates me, but I'm a
like
Flyers
Stan.
fan. I am a Flyers fan. I'm not like
not a
Pittsburgh
Dude,
Flyer.
Penguins.
I'm
or
telling
Rangers.
you, Ethan likes every team that everyone in America hates.
Yeah.
Nobody likes
Do
the.
you
Everyone
watch-
hates
wait,
the
do you watch
Yankees.
hockey often?
No.
Ah, okay.
I used to go to games because my aunt would have like season tickets, and
Yeah.
we would get them whenever she couldn't go. So I would follow them, and then I like the Buffalo Sabres because as an 8-year-old I thought, ooh, Sabres.
Bro, that's how I got my favorite team. So I'm a
Really?
I'm a Senators fan.
Oh, that's sick.
And when I was younger, I was actually playing NHL 04 with my dad. This is like, okay, obviously I was born in 04, so it wasn't 04. It was like, but it was NHL
Oh my
04.
God.
It was
Forgot
like
you guys are
2000.
04.
What are you like? 02, 01?
02.
Yeah.
Early 02. Bless
Yeah,
up.
you're a senior
late
and I'm a
03
sophomore.
And I'm early 04.
Yeah, I'm a late 03.
But yeah, so I was born in 04, and it was like 2010, 2009, and we were playing NHL 04 just because that's the game. It was on the PS2, and I saw.
Such a good console.
I liked Flyers. Like, I liked the Flyers, but then I saw the Senators. I'm like, yo, I mess with this logo. Like, that's my team. That was it. I swear to God, that's how I picked my team.
That's how
love the
that's how I
Senators now.
came up with that's how I came up with the Cowboys and
Yeah.
the Patriots. It wasn't by the logos. It was I just like saying the name Tony Romo when I was like 5, 6. I thought
Really?
Tony
Yeah.
Romo was like a cool name until like I grew up. But like one, he's a good broadcaster in my opinion. But
No,
then
he's
I just
really-
stuck
no,
with
he's
him because
really
I was
good.
like, oh, I think it's funny when people get mad at me because I have a different opinion to them.
Yeah, I have a picture of me when I was little with a Miles Austin jersey on.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I was a Cowboys. I was a Cowboys guy once. I was like probably I don't even
Back in
know.
the good days. Back in the
Yeah,
good days.
yeah, Miles Austin, Romo. But yeah, no, I never like. I think it was just one game. I think it was a Thanksgiving game. I was over at my grandma's house, and my cousin was like, "Yo, throw this on." It's like this huge jersey. And I'm sitting there on the pool table, like smiling with it on. I'll have to show you after this, but
That's
yeah,
cool.
It's pretty fire. It's just for the day. Cowboys fan for the day. I'm an Eagles fan.
The only other team
grew up
that
an Eagles
I
fan.
liked as a kid was Green Bay. I was
Lambeau,
watching
yeah.
Brett Favre.
Mhm.
My like neighbors across the street from me growing up in Nebraska, they were Vikings fans,
Oh man.
and so I'd go over watch the Green Bay Vikings like rivalry games, and I would just be cheering for Green Bay because I just keep watching them win.
Mhm.
So I just stuck with them, and then I was like following Brett Favre, and then he started leaving everywhere. So I was like, I don't want to pick up on any of these teams.
Yeah.
Like Jets
Should've
are
stayed-
Jets. So I
Should
just
have stayed with the Packers.
should have stayed with the Packers.
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers for a
Rodgers.
couple of years.
Well, until he went to the Jets.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like you had him for like what, like he was there for like
He
12
was good.
seasons.
Like
He was he honestly was my number one like who I saw as like the best QB
Mhm.
for the past like half decade.
I was a big
decade?
Drew Brees guy until he.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I never thought he was like better than Brady or.
I think
Rodgers,
Brady was
but-
better
Brady
than
just had the more
I think-
had better accolades.
Brady and Rodgers. I think would go back and forth each year for who's the best. And then now, obviously, I think in the last couple years it's been Mahomes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's a
can't
quarterback
get
better than
behind him.
Mahomes.
I can't do it.
I could get behind. I would be a fan of Mahomes if he didn't have without when Jackson Mahomes was not on the sidelines. Is when I
Well,
like
that-
Mahomes.
it's just-
because the showboating
Yeah.
from.
Well, it's also the commentators. They don't shut up about him. And like, there's plays where like, what's it called? There's plays where like, if any other quarterback made that play, it wouldn't be talked about. But if he makes a little shovel pass, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
That's what grew me. If I'm being totally honest, that's what grew me apart from him. I just don't like that.
I don't know. I
He
just
gets
think
way too much attention. He's a great quarterback.
I think he's by far the best quarterback.
I don't know.
I really can't see a quarterback. I think that's like, I mean, I will say like I think Josh Allen's number 2,
Wow.
but like I don't think.
No,
I think
not
Josh
this
Allen's
year.
number
Josh
2.
Allen looks
Dude,
like a garbage
Jalen
can running
Hurts.
No,
around.
I'm not saying this year, but I'm saying the last couple, like the last 2 to 3 years, I think it's been Mahomes and then Josh Allen.
I think after this year we're gonna start talking about two or more, especially
It's
after
his
Really?
offense.
I think
he
he's-
has
he
the
has an
offensive
amazing
power.
offense, but he's also adapt and grown into his offense,
I
which
really
is why he's
hope
been so
he-
devastating.
I hope he falls off. I do not like him.
Really?
Yeah, just because he overtook Jalen Hurts in that bowl game. But
I like to.
just don't
I'm
like
actually hoping for Justin Fields to like get out of this slump.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, tonight he was doing pretty good, but I'm hoping he gets out of the slump.
yeah, I hate.
I
Ohio
think he's a
State,
pretty
but
good quarterback.
Justin Fields is good.
Justin Fields, he's just a fan. I will say, because I've had him on my like dynasty league for the past year, he's kind of a monster in fantasy.
Yeah,
So that's
'cause he
the
gets a
only
lot of
reason I
rushing
like him.
touchdowns.
But he just can't finish.
No.
Yep.
The like last week he couldn't finish. I mean, right now we're looking at 27-11 Bears up, so they should be able to seal it, but never really know how
No,
the
I
schedule is
mean-
written.
Jeez, they just blew that against the Broncos last week.
That was
That was bad.
bad. That was
Mhm.
really
What
bad.
do you guys think about Joe Burrow's decline?
I feel terrible for him. I think he's half injured right now. I love Joe Burrow. I think he's the second best quarterback in football.
I regret drafting him
Yeah,
in
that's-
fantasy
I was
football.
about to. I drafted Lawrence.
Lawrence isn't doing as well as I thought too.
I thought he'd do better too.
I don't like Lawrence that much.
Wow.
I think
I root for him.
he sort of just looks like a horse.
Yeah.
Like that's the only the only time I see like the only thing I see when I look at him is when he was dressed up as his girlfriend and the fact that he has the similar like facial structure and hair to a
Yeah.
horse.
Yeah. He's like 6'6" too. He's a pretty tall boy. So.
All right, I'm gonna switch it up from sports. I feel like we've been talking about this,
Yeah.
but I want to know. I feel like you've definitely told me this, but like your nickname is Squeaks. Why?
It's not a good story.
I
I
want to know.
wish I honest to God wish it was a better story. like
Squeaks?
it
I
was
never heard of that.
so.
That's his
So my
nickname.
nickname is Squeaks for baseball. Also Squeakerton, Squeethin, and Sir Squeaks.
There you go.
Squeaks alone originates from the most boring and like lame thing. I showed up for a winter workout, and one of the seniors, Remy, who was a big fan of picking on me and like joking with me, walked up to me and said, "Sup, Squeethin," and then stopped, laughed, and said, "Squeethin, Squeaks, you're Squeaks now," and that was it.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
the entire story. And like I wish it was like, oh, like I tooted and it came out like squeak.
Yeah.
No, it was
So,
just
like you're,
such a
I thought it
lame
was gonna
story.
Be like you were playing basketball or something, and your shoes wouldn't stop squeaking or something. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
No.
Still pretty like. I mean, yeah, it's not a good story, but I like the nickname.
No, and they couldn't nobody came up with like a nickname off of like me running face first into a fence in practice. Like there was so many other times that a nickname could have been given to me because I mean freshman year I was just aloof and a degenerate.
Oh yeah, I
But-
saw the video from freshman year. Your TikTok.
The TikTok video.
That's how I pictured you in high school.
That yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
We should get the TikTok in the video.
No, please no.
Get it
no,
posted
What do you
right
no.
there.
It's me doing like a TikTok dance.
I got
Oh,
credit.
yeah.
And
the credit though, you did have girls in the video, so
I was the only guy in the video, but
Wow.
all the girls in the video were like, "Oh,
GBF?
come do a TikTok, come do a TikTok." And I'm sitting on the couch like
Yeah.
not paying attention, just
You're
relaxing.
still freshman year. Yeah.
you
And-
have the GBF vibes or no?
Yeah, it was sort of the GBF
What does
vibes
that
with a
mean?
couple of them.
Gay best friend.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like
He got invited to the sleepover that night.
yeah, I got invited to the sleepover. Guess what? They don't actually do pillow fights or dress up in their cheerleading uniforms.
They just make TikToks with their
They
best
just
friends.
make TikToks that you're told aren't gonna be posted, and then one of the girls
Bro,
posts it.
That happened to me before.
Dude, and like it wouldn't have been. So there were two reasons why it was so bad. It was because I was laughing, and like I like had no idea what was going on because I didn't know what TikTok we were doing.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it happened, I like recognized it, looked at everybody dancing, and I went straight faced and like did the dance. And the other one, outside of my teammates finding it, was my teammates were joking about it because I covered up like a good looking girl with my entire body.
Oh, they were just pit.
They were just mad, like, come on, like you really?
Wow, they were mad.
Dude,
nah,
he
they're-
was
they're
Ethan was
crazy
so
for that.
excited in the video though.
I was
crazy.
not.
He went hard.
Hell
Like
yeah.
he was going
I
hard in
respect
the
that because,
video.
whenever they told me to just go, like, there's this one TikTok of me. It's I forget what sound it is to be honest, but they told me do one or two things, and I start going crazy. Like I start going
Yes.
crazy. I want to see what that was.
The only other TikTok I did, like actually did, was my high school like girlfriend, homecoming queen. She asked me to do like one of the TikToks where it's like name like 5 reasons of this, like 4 things about that, 3 things about this, 2, and then 1. And so I did that, and it blew up because I guess of my answers on the story, and it like she had like a nobody account, and it had like 40K views when she was like averaging like 20.
Yeah.
And then the entire comments were, "Oh, your boyfriend's so cute. You have to keep him. Oh, such good lines. He smiles like David Dobrik. Oh my God." And I'm like reading this, and I'm just completely embarrassed because at first I had no idea what was going on. And she's like, "It's for a TikTok." So I was like, all right, now I got to really buy in. So I went from like pretty cheesy to like the cheesiest, like cheesiest lines.
We need to find that TikTok.
I think
Nah,
she took
bro,
it down
it's
after we
terrible.
broke up.
It's always out there somewhere.
Oh, so you were like dating this girl?
I was dating her.
Wow, I thought you were just like
No,
this was
so like I
jokes.
dated her for like a year and 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
To the tally.
It might have been more, could have been less.
Nah, I'm
I just know, I remember like breaking up was like awful because like
really, yeah.
it was like,
I've never been through that. And we actually have never.
What's
been
the
through
what's
that,
the key to a successful relationship?
what's the key? Communication is the
Wow.
key. I have a lot of other things that I can't
How does
publicly say.
one get a girlfriend?
How does one get a girlfriend?
Yeah,
All right.
what the
So, all right.
Sorry.
Squeaks is like the love doctor.
I am not the love doctor. I wanna preface this, and this isn't for you two. This is really for whoever like 5 people are
so-
watching this.
Yeah, I don't
Wow,
need
fuck.
that.
I am not. Yeah, no, I gotta make jokes.
Wow.
I'm not the love doctor. I give advice to my friends, and somehow it works for them and fails for me.
Wow.
If Squeaks
Yes.
were single, he always has women in his DMs.
That's not true. That is not true.
Mm.
I have
He's lying, dude.
the person that has girls in their DM is you.
Nah, that's
I
that's
have-
false. I
I
only
went.
talked to one person.
So I just why he says this and why like I like jokes like
He
from
gets
like
angry,
my other
dude.
friends and stuff, and why I get so angry is because I went from a long relationship into a long relationship into a long relationship into a long relationship. So really realistically in the past like 5 years since
You've had like 4
5
long
years I've had
relationships?
4 relationships, 3 of which were over the year. One I'm still like I'm in.
Oh,
and-
you have a girlfriend right now.
Yeah, so I have a girlfriend right now.
Where does she go?
She goes same school.
Oh, okay. Dope,
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. But been in long relationships. So like I've really only been single for about like 5-6 months in the past 4 years.
I've been single for 19 years of my life,
Same.
Yeah.
and I actually enjoy it, and I will never leave that.
No, it's actually crazy because sometimes like I'm like, oh, maybe, and then I'm like, nah, dude, I love just being able to say whatever. Yo, if you go on like comments on like Instagram, I'm in everything. It's great.
It's kind of
hilarious.
messed up to say, but
It's
for me, like
hilarious.
looking at other couples like around, like not around me, but like sometimes around me and like out in like the world, you see all like the struggles they have. I'm not trying to go through that.
So
I don't want to see
I
that.
feel like my life is just way too busy right now.
I mean, it's busy, but
And
like
I'm
I
not
feel
even
like I
just
could
saying it,
definitely
like,
make time.
People are just gonna clown me, be like, nah, you just don't get play. You just don't.
I feel like I could definitely make time if there was like one specific girl like I actually want to dedicate time to.
that's how it is.
But like I don't know if like
you've never had a single girl
Oh, no,
you wanted
there-
to dedicate
oh
time
no, there's
to?
definitely
no,
been
yeah.
like there's girls I would dedicate my time to. It's just I don't know if like I genuinely would want to get into like some sort of relationship
It's
to the point where
tough.
like I don't know. I enjoy being single and like I enjoy my life now where I don't get controlled to do like certain things. Like I can literally walk around, talk to whoever I want,
He
do
li-
whatever activities I want.
He likes to make the whipped joke about me.
Yeah.
I like
But-
to make the whip joke about a couple of my
Yeah.
friends.
Yes. I will say the one thing like with relationships and stuff, relationships kind of ruin like being single and like talking to random girls, cuz like I guess I'm like now just a romantic cuz like I had
Yeah, you
feelings,
been,
I've cared about each girl I've been in a relationship with, like so now it's sort of like if I was to go back to being single, if I was like to try to just be a player, like to just talk to random girls, everything would be emotionless. And I guess the emotions with like everything else kind of is what makes makes it enjoyable and like makes me want to like be in a
You're
relationship.
also like what, 22, 21?
I'm 21,
So,
but
yeah.
I've been because my streak was getting, and I don't think I've ever told you this. I got rejected. I got rejected 11 times
Wow.
throughout high school. Gave up, went to summer camp, and that's where I like
Wait,
found
wait,
my
wait,
first
wait.
girlfriend.
Summer camp? Like what kind of summer
I
camp?
worked at this summer camp, and so one of the lifeguards there.
Wait, why are you laughing about? What's so
I
funny?
didn't know like
I-
I didn't know what like kind of summer camp he went to.
so I worked at like a summer camp, and like one of the lifeguards there I just thought was like drop dead gorgeous.
So you
I
just
thought
went
she was
crazy?
awesome. I made a fool of myself.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in lunch with her.
It's kind of normal.
She and I want to I was off 4 hours of sleep. It was 4 hours of sleep. I haven't actually like talked to a girl except for like the last girl I like went to sophomore formal with, who like wanted to date me, ended up not, and then like changed her mind, acted like we were like in a relationship while we were there. Like she was up on me. She was like talking to me the entire night. Gave her like my jacket walking out. Like she was like head on my shoulder. Had a conversation with her. Just I was like, all right. Like it was just a bad.
Yeah.
Didn't talk bad vibes from her. So then over the summer, talked to this new girl, and I guess the point of like when like I knew she liked me and why were like my coworkers were like, dude, just ask her out. Stop being this way. Was I'm sitting eating. She pulls out a bin of like pasta noodles with like spinach leaves, and I was like 2 hours of sleep, and Jerry Seinfeld had a bit of where it was like pasta salad. You got pasta and salad. So I went on saying that for 2 minutes, cracking up. Everybody in my group is like, "What is he on?" And this girl is just sitting there like smiling, like talking to me. And for like the next week, she'd just be like pasta salad. So it was really
She was
bad.
making
Gave
fun
her a
of you.
hug, asked her out, went out to the movies,
Wow. Okay.
did the good old
Wait.
yawn, put
Before
my
you
arm around
finish,
her.
what is the best first date? What would
Best first date?
yeah, like,
Like,
what
date
would be
idea.
what would be what would be the perfect idea? Seeming as you probably went on like 4 or 5 of them.
Going to the
I've actually, I guess like first dates, I haven't done like, I always just went with the movie because it was an easy thing.
Yeah.
I liked the
I feel
being
like-
able to talk like before, just
and
a
then
little bit
after.
before.
Okay, yeah.
You get to like be in each other's space, start feeling comfortable in like
Oh.
one another's person, like in space.
pause.
Get into a little more personal
Why'd you say
space of like
pause?
having your arm
In the
over,
personal
sharing some
space.
like drink, sharing
Yeah.
like a snack, and
Hell
then
yeah.
I'd always trap them into like a 2-3 hour conversation after to like really seal the fact that they
I would never do
like,
that.
like me.
I don't think I would want to go to a movie for a first date.
I'm
I'd
the
rather
same
just
way.
be able to like talk to them
Are
and
you
then
more of a
get to
dinner
know.
guy? You more of a dinner guy?
That or like going for a hike or like
Yeah,
watching a
hike's
sunset or
fire.
something. Like you can talk
Sunset's
to them the
fire.
whole time.
Beach is fire.
See, we always talked after. So this girl, she drove me home because I was like, I couldn't like actually.
This is your first girlfriend or
This is my
like
first girlfriend. She drove me home. She gave me a kiss because I kind of chickened out. I was like leaning for the kiss, and I was like going, and she opened and she was like, "All right, I'll see you later." And I was like, and like left, and she ran out and gave me a kiss.
so did she walk you up to the front door?
She
or?
did. She did. Held my hand.
sense.
We skipped down the path.
Hell
She
yeah,
had that.
bro.
She had to talk to
Yeah.
your father instead of the other way
Yeah.
around.
But then my like next girlfriend, movie, talked for like 30 minutes because we showed up early. Talked for 30 minutes before the movie and like during like the credits or the opening stuff, and then afterwards, the movie got done at 11. I didn't leave the movie theater parking lot until 4 a.m.
Wow. So you were just
We
going
just
crazy, yeah.
we just chatted.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
Dang. So that it's not terrible. I mean, I guess our movie theater down here, our home movie theater is kind of fire. I've
Yeah,
been,
but
I've
I'm
been
not
a couple
trying to go
movies
there.
But nah, I know what you mean.
The
like,
first dates I've been on like a
I've never
couple
really-
of dates.
I guess I should have been on like.
I mean, like obviously I wasn't dating them, but like I've been on dates before, and I think I've never went to a movie with someone, nor do I ever want to go to a movie with someone.
See, I would.
One,
go,
I don't
like,
like
would
movies.
100% Go if
I don't
they
like
told me
movie.
was
I don't like movie theaters. I'd rather
Why?
just watch it
What's
at my
wrong with
house.
Movie theater?
I don't know. Why would I go pay? Like I don't know. Like it's not even being cheap. I just don't want to go. I don't like being around people.
Bro,
I hate being in like condensed spaces with
Nah,
people.
but
You're
half
in a
the
condensed
movies aren't
space
even
with
condensed.
people,
But
right
like
now.
we're spread out and there's not as many people and I actually know you. I don't like being with no people. Like when I go to Phillies games, I don't like that. I'd rather just
Wow.
watch it on my like TV at home instead of being with people in
No,
like
bro,
such a
but
small
that's
space.
The best, getting hype with like randoms.
Nah,
and just
I mean I like talking to
Yes,
random people.
saying random things to people who don't matter and that you'll never.
No, I
see
like
again.
that. It's just like sometimes like I don't like being like with like just in a smaller space.
I know what you mean. I mean, I don't like sitting next to randoms. I was like that when I went to the Steelers game. This random guy sat next to me. I'm like, oh my god, why do I have to be on the end seat and next to someone? But he was actually really cool. He was like 6'8", 300 pounds. The guy was huge, and he was just
Very cool.
what's it called? The when TJ Watt scored that fumble 6.
Yeah.
He's like picking me up, throwing me. He was getting
Yeah, bro.
so hyped.
If someone a random person ever picked me up and threw me, I'd
No,
kind of be
I'm
like, bro.
swinging.
No, we were.
I'd be
no,
like,
we-
bro,
no,
like,
no,
you gotta
no,
back
like,
off,
it was,
dog.
No, we were getting hype. Like we were just so excited.
I get getting hype. I don't like. No, I don't like people like I sort of feel I don't like people like strangers like touching me. If people
I
put
don't
their
care.
hands like on my shoulders, around my neck, like try to like pick me up, like
Dude,
I tighten up and I get ready to swing.
when we were at the Penn State
I
game,
don't care
like
about all that.
when we were at the Penn State game, checking in like the tickets and stuff,
Yeah.
there's people that have like a little too much before they came in, and they're like touching him, like, dude, stop touching me, like, and it was like everyone. Like there was girls coming in touching me. There was one chick that like touched my thigh, and I'm like, "Yo, can you back off?" Like,
Yo, what?
Stop! I can't
there was
do
one
that.
guy-
I'm
there was-
working here.
there was literally one guy that like leaned on my shoulder. he's like, "Thank you so much." I'm like, "Dude, you need to like
You need to
get out." Like, I mean, obviously, I wasn't gonna be the guy to be like, "Yeah, dude, you paid all this money
See,
just
you
to
went to a good
get
game.
out of here." Oh yeah, but everyone at this good game had a great time before they even entered the stadium because there was a guy who scanned his tickets like falling asleep. I'm like, "Just stay awake till you
The
get past the
money-
gate and then do whatever you want."
I was at the U-Del. I worked the U-Del game, and there were still like girls in the student section, like falling asleep in their hands. One girl was literally lying like down on the ground with like in a drink on the ground. It was disgusting. I also didn't do anything because I didn't care to be doing my job because I'm not getting paid. My program is so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really like. I mean, obviously we all took it seriously, but like, if they had a little to drink, like, just don't get in trouble. I guess. I like they wanted us if
Don't
they were
make
like
me do
really.
your job. Don't make me do.
Yeah,
my
like
job.
I don't want to have to like be that guy that's like, oh yeah, like you paid this money now, get out because you can't control yourself. Or like we were instructed like if they were like really really hammered to like tell someone and like make them leave. But like there was guys that like I could tell were semi hammered, but they were acting like chill and like they were walking fine, like, but they were that
It's a
speech is like
college, bro,
slurred
it
and
just
everything.
happens. It's
I
gonna
mean, it's a
happen.
college atmosphere too. Like I'd be like pissed if like I paid. I think it's like sometimes like $60 for tickets.
Bro, it's more than
Dude,
that. Even.
Nah,
The-
for per ticket it's like 60 plus.
No,
Bro,
for the
nah.
tickets that for the game you worked, it would have been closer to 100.
Well, that's because it's what's it called? It's because it's the first game and it was
No,
a
it
closer
depends
team.
on who they play.
yeah.
And
Like if it's a
like the whiteout.
The
games,
whiteout
like,
Oh,
games,
whiteout games, like,
$500.
yeah.
It's
And
crazy.
then
when they play
Martin's, like,
Ohio
300.
State and all that.
Oh nah, God no, no.
But when
no,
they
no.
play like I knew they used to play like Akron and stuff. Those were like $50
yeah, and,
tickets.
like Delaware or whatever Delaware and
Any of like if it's not like local or like a
Mhm.
good team, like they're not expensive.
Yeah, no shot.
But, like you're still paying like $50+ for college tickets. Like never catching me do
yeah,
that.
like I'd rather just go to an actual game for $50. You know what I'm saying?
When our tickets cost like 2 pennies because we're so bad.
yeah,
yeah,
our
what is-
football team's like
Do you
$10.
even have to pay to get in there?
We don't because
We
we're
don't.
students,
Yeah.
but like
I'm pretty sure parents and stuff do.
they pay
and
like
I
$5,
think-
I think.
Yeah, I think are we 0 for our last 19 played games? I know
I
it's
don't-
14 right now.
I'm not sure if I want to get into this.
Yeah, we
I
won't.
know
We
someone
won't talk
on your
about.
team.
We won't
but
talk about it.
I'll say his name after the pod. But yeah, I know someone on your team.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah.
There's always
Wow.
years that you can rebuild.
Yeah, but we've been rebuilding.
Takes some teams more longer than others. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I feel like it's like
There's
mean,
hope. It's not like we have
every
bad
team I think has
guys. It's
every
just-
team has potential. It's just whether or not they use that potential and actually like put in the work and actually like see the outcome. I mean, obviously they switched coaches, so maybe it's just developing under the new coach and everything. I don't know. I don't preferably watch the football team much.
Did you guys ever like want to play like football?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
All the time.
I had my thoughts, but
my parents wouldn't let
I
me.
was just gonna do it for. I was just
My
gonna.
mom,
do it for,
my dad wanted me to.
I was just gonna do it for for show, just to put on the
Really?
gear and take the pictures.
I feel like-
I don't want to get hit, bro. If I'm being totally
I
honest.
wanted to.
I feel like
Why?
every guy I've
Why
ever
would you wanna
talked
get
to,
hit?
there's 2 common traits about any sports. They played soccer when they were younger.
I never played. Soccer.
Never played soccer.
Well, now that just went out the door.
Yeah.
But the other one was that they wanted to play football or just had a passion. To
I
play
came so
football.
close to my senior year,
Yeah.
but like my mom
both
just
were.
didn't want me to.
We both were really close, and then I was like, I won't get any playing time. Which I mean, I really didn't want playing time. If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
I just wanted it for the.
I wanted to
I'm just
play.
being
Drip.
honest. Yeah, like I just want to be in the team pictures and all the posts and stuff. I was very clout chasing in high
Clout
school.
cha-
Definitely, I was definitely like a big. Now I'm like I've toned down. I'm chilled out. I've been humbled. But
If we went to the same high school, you would have never talked to me. I was the kid. I
Sat
I
in the corner
knew
by
everybody.
himself.
I knew everybody. No, God, no. I like knew everybody in my like grade. Just about everybody knew me in my grade, but like I wasn't a popular kid.
bro, nah,
I was
I
just-
talked to
people
anyone.
knew me.
Ask him. I talked to anyone.
How many people were in like your grade?
We graduated 380.
What
So
were
you
we,
were higher
400?
than we were like
280, 280.
something like that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had.
I didn't know
Wait, did I
as
say
many.
3?
Yeah.
3.
I think we were closer to like 600,
Holy, for your
700.
grade?
Yeah, because our
Jesus.
school was, so it was a 6A school, so we were like 3,000 kids in our school.
We weren't
Oh my,
6A.
yeah, then it had to be like that.
No, I literally don't think I think our grade maybe like 3 something,
It might
if
have been
that.
low 3, high 2.
But
Yeah.
like there was
Totally
like you could
reasonable.
definitely see like the difference in people's.
Bro, they're
There's
just
ton of groups of people.
You know,
where,
I was thinking about today. Like, I don't miss high school, but I miss high school. You
I
know
don't
what I'm
miss
saying?
high school.
I miss
Bro,
high school. I
God,
had fun.
minute.
Every
miss
time
my
I think
friends. I
about
miss
it,
my
I
high
get
school
so
friends. That's
upset.
I think I have a lot of fun in college, like with like all the new activities I can do, like with like baseballs and everything. Like I like the freedom we have, where I don't have to
Yeah.
like be stuck in a room for 8 hours. But like at the end of the day, I still like kind of like miss high school. It's fun.
Bro,
I didn't have to do anything. Like I never had to worry about tests. I just sit there and show up to class and be like, I'm gonna pass this because I genuinely know what I'm doing. Go to some college classes. Some college classes are really boring, like extremely boring. So it's hard to pay attention to, even for that 50 minutes that we're there.
Yeah.
But like then we have this outrageous work that like I don't think all the time has like a big benefit to us.
Not all of it has like a purpose.
Like high school, you really didn't have to do
Bro, but
every
high
single
school,
assignment.
I always get like a snap memory or something, and I see like that day, and I'm like, man, dude, that was such a good
It's
time.
2 years.
And
Nah.
people,
2
people
years
get
ago.
on me though, dude. You know, there's someone who really gets on me about it, and I'm just not gonna say who because he doesn't want to be named on this. You know who it is too, actually. But he gets on me all the time. He's like, you know, people don't talk about you in high school anymore. You know, you're not in high school anymore. And I'm like, bro, what are you saying? Like, I obviously know I haven't been there for 2 years. You're an idiot. And
Yeah.
he keeps saying, he's like, yo, you're not in high school. And like, I hope you know nobody remembers you. Nobody talks about you. Nobody cares about you. He says it all the time. I'm like, dude, holy crap. Like, I do not care. I just had fun. And people think that I miss high school because of who I was. But it's really not like that. It's just because of the times I had. And then you grow up with, I was thinking about this today, actually. You grow up with these people for what, 6 to 12 years, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, however long you were. So I'll just say 6 to 12 years because depending on if they were in your elementary school, middle school. So you're growing up with all these kids and then all of a sudden you graduate and everyone gets split up and you feel like you're losing like so much. And that's how it was for me. Like at first I was like, dang, dude, like I've really just lost everybody in a matter of a second. But I don't know. I don't really talk to some people. I was like, yeah, I'll talk to you after high school. And I don't talk to them.
I mean, I feel like I talked to.
Because there's some good kids out there.
I feel like I talked
went
to
to
like
school
it's
with.
still a good bit of people after
I
high
don't
school,
know,
but like
man.
I necessarily don't like seeing people that I went to high school
No,
with,
see,
or like people I
do,
know
bro.
in public.
I get
Unless
hype.
I actually like am like friends with them, I don't like seeing them in public.
There's about 20 people from my high school that I care about, and like
Yeah,
I
that's how
still
it is
try to
with
have
me.
contact with, and even then, like it is hard, especially since
Mm-hmm.
the fact that I moved away out of where I used to live.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have like consistent contact with probably like 5-6 people who I would
How far
name
are
as
you
my
from
best
home?
friends. I'm 3 hours from,
Wow. Yeah.
so I'm 3 hours from where I used to live.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a hike. Yeah, that's like from here to Pittsburgh. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's where my family's from. My mom's side's from Pittsburgh, so we go out there all the time. Well, not all the time, I should say, but once a year we get out there for family reunion and stuff. It's always a lot of fun. I love Pittsburgh. I'm not a Steelers fan or nothing, but I love Pittsburgh. I do love going out there. It's always a
Pittsburgh's
good
very
time.
nice.
It's always a good time. I love it. I love the city. I love everything around it. There's nothing, but obviously, I mean, I love living here, even though there's nothing to really do much most of the time.
I
love
hate
living
this
here.
place.
I don't know why, dude. This is
So
like,
boring.
This is the best thing
So
ever.
boring.
You gotta take it. You gotta look at life with more passion, more energy.
I just don't like
You know
being
what I'm
like
saying?
in Pennsylvania. It's so boring.
Nah,
I
you
like
gotta look at the
Pennsylvania.
bright
I think you
side.
just have to be in the right spots. And I'm still a firm believer in living like in the suburbs but outside of a city. I think it's the best of both worlds because you can always go somewhere else, get away. You can stay where you're at, have a pretty like active life, and then if you really want to like do whatever the heck you want, you can just go into the city.
I want to live in like, I don't want to live in like a big city like New York, but like, I want to live like where there's like a decent amount of people. That's why I want to live in Florida.
Wow.
Other than there's so many people in Florida, like
I live
Texas
in-
or
That's a
Arizona's
cop-
got
that's like
fine
you-
with
Too
me.
many gators. In
Texas
Florida.
and Arizona are fine with me.
How'd
I'd
you
live
feel
in both
about-
of them.
Yeah, how'd you feel about Arizona?
I'd live there.
That would be sick. I'm not even a fan of the
Just
heat.
don't like. I don't like
I
snakes
love,
very
I love
much.
my winter and I love my fall,
I don't.
and I would hate having it hot all year round. but it would be sick. To
I
live
don't
in
like
Arizona.
I don't like winter at all.
Why?
I go to like Virginia
like
and North
cold. Are you
Carolina.
serious?
I don't like the cold.
Wait,
I hate snow.
what, dude? What?
Well, I don't
actually
like
gets on
hate
you?
snow, but like I don't like prefer it. I'd rather have the
Wow.
heat more often than normal.
No, bro.
The issue with Arizona, in my opinion, is it's just landlocked, and I've been out there
Yeah.
because for like family stuff. But like it's a nice area. I just people out there are way too different from me. Like I just didn't feel like I just felt
Yeah.
like I was in like a completely different
Well,
country.
it feels like you're in a different world.
Yeah,
You said that's
how
for
I felt when I
where?
went to Ohio.
Arizona.
I see. I think that's the furthest I'd go. I would never go
I
past
would never.
Arizona.
I don't think I would ever want to live out in California.
I never
Bro,
want to
if
go
you
to
know,
California. I don't
California's
even want to
terrible.
visit
I
there.
I'd go
don't
to.
wanna go.
I'd
This
go
is crazy.
to. I'd go to the Redwood Forest, and I think that's around Seattle or like up in that general.
I don't even know
direction.
if I mean I'd visit Seattle, but like I'm not. I would never go to California. I don't like that place.
Nah.
It just doesn't seem like a very good
I do want to
state
visit
to live in.
Texas. I want to visit Oklahoma. I want to visit.
Texas, I want to go.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, I feel like I will stay in Pennsylvania my whole life, like living, like
No.
There's
home
nothing
quarters.
wrong with that.
I think, obviously when I get older, I want to have. I mean, obviously it's a dream to have multiple houses, but I would love to live. I'd love to live here during like the fall and winter, and then down in. It sounds like opposite because some people are like, yo, fall and winter, you should go down to Florida or Texas because it's hotter. But I like the cold, so I'm like, man, let me get here for winter and summer, and then or winter and fall, and let me go.
I don't think I want to live here at all after like
Wow.
25.
Wow.
Like my goal is
bro.
to like move
That's so
out of
bold.
Pennsylvania before 25ish, just because I don't like being here. Like it's just like so boring.
You
Like
just have to love your life.
there's like
bro.
certain types of people I don't like that live in Lancaster County. Like I don't like the buggies and.
Bro, I love
Bikes.
Lancaster. Wait, so you don't like Lancaster? Like you don't like
Oh,
going to
bro,
Lancaster?
I hate Lancaster.
The
dude.
Bro, what the hell is
Lancaster.
wrong with you?
I don't like people that aren't technologically advanced.
The Mennonites.
I don't like Mennonite people.
What? Wow! Holy crap! Dude,
Like-
wait.
Like,
okay,
I'm not gonna say I don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that I can be going to a place that should take me 5 minutes, and instead it's gonna take me longer because I have to wait behind the buggy. Like it just
Okay,
pisses
yeah,
me
sure,
off
but
so
that's
much.
Like, that's like a part of our culture, bro.
I don't
That's
know.
like-
It's just like something I don't like.
I
Like,
get. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're entitled. I mean, yeah. You have your own opinion.
like I mean, I'm not
but-
gonna say like I hate them or anything. It's just
No, but
just
you don't like the city of Lancaster at all.
I mean, I don't really go to the city of
Bro,
Lancaster
no,
that
like,
often.
like you know what I'm talking about, like where the mall is and like. all
Not
that.
really. There's not really much to
Bro,
do.
You are absolutely out of your mind. Every time I go to Lancaster, I get like this homey feeling in my. I don't know. Maybe
When
I'm
I go
just
to Florida, I
sentimental,
feel like I fit in, so I'm going to Florida.
You're going to Florida.
Yeah,
but-
bro.
I get this
I go to Florida, I'm like,
sentimental
dude,
vibe.
this is the best place I could possibly live right now.
Well, because I see it and I'm like, oh, I remember that time I went here with blank, and I remember I went there with blank, and I get all these like, I'm like, man.
I just can't see myself making memories in PA for the rest
Bro,
of my life.
Oh, dude.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
man.
Definitely would rather move
Crazy.
away.
I mean, I don't. I'm not opposed to living in PA, like Virginia, North Carolina. I want to stay like.
North
I'd be okay
Carolina's fine.
staying in
That's
like
North Carolina would be
Northeast,
nice.
but like
Yeah.
I definitely don't think I would ever go to like Florida. I don't think I would want to live in Texas. I
How
don't
do you
want to
feel
live
about
on the West
Myrtle
Coast.
Beach?
Oh, what?
Myrtle Beach, you ever been there?
Yeah, I went
I
there
love
for
Myrtle
a
Beach.
high school baseball tournament. It was kind of sweet.
Dude, South Carolina's legit.
I think anywhere down there, like Georgia,
Yeah,
Florida,
Georgia's cool.
Tennessee, even
Yeah,
like.
Tennessee's
But like, I don't
fire.
think I would want to stay in like I don't think I would want to move to like New Jersey, Delaware,
No,
PA,
those are, like-
New York. None of them.
What do they call New Jersey? The butt end of
Something like
something
that.
crazy. I don't even know.
I would never want to live in any of those places.
Oh man.
And as you get further up from New York, it just gets worse, and
I
you never want to
cannot
go up there.
believe you hate Lancaster.
I don't really like it.
I'm just like a huge fan. Like I'm a fanboy of Lancaster, and I'm not even there often.
I don't
just, like-
think there's a place in PA I can truly say like, oh, I love this place so much.
So you don't think this place feels like home?
Not really. Like
Bro,
I think
what is
I
your
think out of
problem?
all, like yeah, like I think where my actual house is, like I like this place, but like I go to Philly, it's not
No,
bad.
Philly's terrible.
Pittsburgh I like.
Pittsburgh's fire.
Where else have I been? Reading,
You've been to a
don't
cabin?
really like.
You've been to a cabin?
Harrisburg, I don't really like.
Harrisburg.
We
sucks.
go up more towards Williamsport. I don't really like this. Like it just gets worse everywhere I go. Like I
Bro.
compare everything to here. I like here. I don't mind it. Just don't want to spend the next 70 years sitting in PA and wasting my time. Just doesn't feel like it's
I mean,
that
if it's not for
interesting.
Bro,
you,
but
it's
this
not
will
for
like
you.
even if I move somewhere, I will always be like, wow, Lancaster's home. Like that's my home.
I mean, yeah,
You
in
know
the
what I'm
end, we
saying?
were
Like,
born. I was born here, so yes, it is my home.
I know, but
But
don't
you're
you
never
get
gonna
that, like,
catch me being like, "Oh, I miss this place so much." I go to Reading, and
I
I'm
don't know,
like,
maybe
"Oh
I'm
yeah, I
just
definitely
sentimental.
miss where I live."
I'm
Like,
over sentimental.
I don't like Reading at all. But that's just because, like, I don't know. I feel like there's more to do. There's more to do in Reading. I just don't like. I don't know. It's just like different than my actual like where I live.
Wow, that's a
So,
crazy take, but I'm with that on that.
but no, I just don't like Reading, Lancaster. No, I prefer Lancaster over Reading.
Yeah, okay.
But like
Lancaster's
I
fire, bro.
would
I
rather
always
be in
get
Reading than like some other
I get
places.
good
And
vibes in Lancaster, bro. Good vibes. I don't know why. I
Reading's
just do.
definitely better than some other
I just
places
do.
I've been.
Yo, when'd you start growing your beard out? It's a crazy question, but I always
I honestly don't even remember. It was when I got into college.
yeah.
So like I was still like I still trim it up. I need to trim it up.
Mine's bad
But
right now.
I cut mine out, or like I shave it. I'll typically try to shave it over the summer, see if I can get it to grow back a little thicker, a little straighter.
I shave it over the winter and over the summer. It's like
And
I'll grow
then-
this
Ethan
out
shaves it to
like,
a mustache for a couple days and then shaves the
Yeah.
rest of
Who,
it.
me?
So I
Him.
That's what I do too.
Yeah,
I
it's
do that
nice.
same exact thing.
So like
yeah.
November, cause for my fraternity,
Oh, Movember or whatever.
yeah, we
hell
support
yeah.
our part of our philanthropy is Movember, so we shave down to a mustache for a little while to, as like a support for men's prostate cancer and mental health,
Hell yeah.
and then we'll typically just shave our face entirely and just let
Yeah.
hair
Let it
grow
eat
how
again,
it
yeah.
grows.
Ethan looks like he's like 10 years younger when he doesn't have facial hair.
I go
it's
from
the same for me, bro.
He goes from looking like he's like 30 to like 18
girls
again.
in my high school, not my high school. Well, actually,
He could fit
girls
back in his
from
high
my
school.
high school would say I would go from a single father to a kid that seems like he's never talked to a girl.
That actually is true. I
crazy,
could
yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
You go
That's
from being
wild.
like a guy that's been working a couple years to like a guy that could be asking like the girl the next day to prom or something. That's
Bro,
like
how
the
it works.
switch that you have.
Yeah, I get people like, dude, why would you shave your face? I just like doing it sometimes. 'Cause, I mean, I know I probably look like a little kid, but I just like doing it sometimes. Especially like right now, I'm letting it grow out just because I like when it gets cold and I have this to protect me or whatever. But like right when January hits, bro, I just let it refresh and I have a lot of patches, so I just try to shave over. I know it's not. I know it's like a myth or whatever. How was your? What'd you first start like growing a mustache? Is that your first thing?
I didn't want to grow a mustache. I just did. It was just where hair
like
grew.
Was that the first thing that started?
Yeah,
That was my
I
first
had like
thing.
a ugly peach fuzz mustache.
So mine was actually it started getting black in like 6th or 7th grade. Like I was growing a mustache and I was in like elementary school. So like I've been growing my mustache for like 6, 7, 8 years now. It's crazy, and I just can't believe it. But I couldn't actually grow a full beard till
You got the
This year.
over there?
Yeah.
You got to drive home yet?
You're driving back tonight?
Yeah.
You have class tomorrow?
No, we got events to do tomorrow.
It's a double XP weekend, so we gotta.
Double XP.
Yeah, we had our school has what are called experience events, and it's so that you can have different experiences growing up and hear different people's perception on life and other stuff like that. So
and then the more important stuff is on Saturday. We have 2 games, so
yeah, that's the more
it's the
important
more
stuff.
important stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that and card trading.
Yeah, we do have some cards we're going to tomorrow
Yeah.
before the XP events.
Wow. So you're a card guy too? You're into cards?
God no, God
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
I won't. I probably will not be accompanying them because I have to go to the first one, and
Never
I will
catch me
be
at
getting
those.
breakfast.
Never
But-
catch me at those events. I got
So you
3.
don't even go?
No, I got 3 events done.
He does go when he has to go.
I'm supposed to have 12 done by the end of by the end of this year. I have 3.
Mm.
I guess I'll try to
Just
get
get them out of
some.
the way.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Slowly.
That's what I would do. Oh, all right. Well, I guess we'll wrap this up. Ethan, thanks for being on the pod.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yep, out of the park. I know we haven't posted in like a month. I'm sorry. Our schedules are just really busy right now. Totally opposite schedules, and I'm trying my best. I'm stressing out too much about it, and I need to just chill out. So I'm gonna try and push as much content as I can for y'all, without stressing myself out. So Want to say thank you again to Ethan for being on, and more to come. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I don't know what episode's next. I don't know where this podcast is going, but I hope y'all stay tuned. And I love this. I love this.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
Hell yeah! Let's
Follow
go.
Ethan on Instagram at
At
Barbecue sauce 3215.
all right, at barbecue sauce 3215. We will tag him. Would you really not want to be tagged?
No, I don't want to be
Are
tagged.
you serious? You
That's
I'm
not even his
serious.
Instagram
It's
either.
it's not even like I for reasons I don't really feel like explaining to the
Yeah.
world. I just don't want to be tagged.
All right, you're not gonna be tagged. That's fine.
People who know me can know me. If you want to find out who I am, I may respond to comments, but I probably won't. So
Yeah.
have a good
His
life.
last name's Carlton, I think. I forget what it is. already.
Yeah. It's
It's
Carlton.
Smith. Ethan Smith.
All right.
Yep.
Carlton or Smith. I forget what the last name was. But all right, thank you guys for tuning in, and we appreciate you coming back after a month hiatus, and I'm gonna try to be better for y'all. And I know this is a two-man race, and I'm trying to make it a one-man race, and you know I'm stressing out, but I'm gonna come back for y'all. Don't worry. All right.
Now we have to actually see if the freaking picture or if the what's it called, the
No,
audio works.
and everything works.
I did a test run.